जी घेरा में पोती पटाई अगे निकलो सो मुसलमान था जे बेटे मुझी दरिया में लोड़ाई खई था मामू त खट्टी है जे नटड़ी करे निपाई जॾहिं ससु सामाई तॾहिं लगी भाई बंबोर।
Hi friends, welcome to Global Virtual Tourism. I'm not sure whether you could pick up the meaning of the verse uttered by this old man at the start of the video, but I'm sure you would have understood two words, Sassi and Banbhore. Sassi is the name of a woman who was deeply in love with Punu. It is a folk story character, and Banbhore is the name of the city which we are going to visit today. It is said that city of Banbhore flourished from 1st century BC and was abandoned because of many reasons by mid 13th century of the current era. Site of Banbhore city is located in district Thatta at a distance of around 60 kilometers from main city Karachi, and you have to take Old National Highway towards Thatta and take this U-turn towards Banbhore site. You can see all the signboards on the way to the site, which will help you to reach there without even the guides. Once very busy city at the mouth of Indus Delta, Banbhore city now gives a very deserted look, and you would be surprised to see the destruction of the city. The site of Banbhore was discovered in 1930s, and since then different governments have tried to explore and excavate the city, and different things that have been found from there have been studied deeply by the scholars and archaeologists. And the scholars and the archaeologists are of the view that the articles which have been found from here belong to three different periods of the history of the city. The scholars refer to the first period as Sito-Parthian period, the second as Hindu period, and third as the Muslim or the Islamic period, which basically started from invasion and conquest of Sindh by the Arabs under Muhammad bin Qasim during Umayyad rule in the start of 18th century. Anyways, I shall share further historical facts of the site little later. Let me just tell you that authorities have established a museum over here where things that have been found during discovery are put on display. Most of the things that have been found belong to different periods, as I told you earlier. They include pottery, jewelry, ivory pieces, and many other things. Guys, let's start tour of city of Banbhore from here. And I want to clarify one thing, that Banbhore was once known as Nebel, but name of Banbhore became more famous because of rule of Banbhore Raja during 10th century. There are different opinions of scholars regarding the name of Banbhore and Nebel, but most of them agree that it is name of the same place. So let's have a look of the city from this angle as well, and you can see the wall, the protective wall, which is very much visible from here, and you can see the entire city from here. We're going to show you two very historical places here, the laundry area and the lake. And as the story goes, Sassi was found from here in this lake in a wooden box. It is said that a Pandit had predicted that when Guru of Sassi would marry a man outside family clan. That was against the tradition of the family, and they decided to kill Sassi as a baby. So they handed over Sassi to a man to finish her off, but the man was kind enough who took pity on the baby and made a wooden box and pegged her and put the box in the Indus River. The box flew to this side, and Sassi was mysteriously saved and was handed over to Mahmud Khatri, who grew up her as own daughter. Even if it's a fabrication, it's very beautiful fabrication in any literature. So let's continue our visit. Banbhore must have been very busy city in those days because it carried on commerce and trade with China and the Middle East, including current day era. Now what we see is a residential area where you can see a water well, and a water well is found only in a very rich and established areas. Just around this residential area you can find a commercial area where the people of those times conducted business, trade and exchanged goods and services. Around this area, near commercial area, there is a secret street on northeastern side which goes out of the city, and you can take view of the lake and the surrounding areas. And I believe that this street would have been used for military and intelligence purposes in those times. So guys, as we proceed from here, you would be able to see different places, especially the beautiful view of lake from here, the northeastern side street which was used for military purposes, the commercial area, and the beautiful view of Garo Creek here. So guys, keep watching GVT and enjoy this tour. So guys, we are once again in the commercial area, which in those days would have been the hub and center of the commercial and business activities. And from here you can see view of the lake, and you can also see the secret street that I mentioned earlier. Guys, meanwhile you take tour of this site, the commercial area, the Garo Creek, and the view of lake. I may explain here that we'll proceed towards the main center city where there is a mosque, but we'll show you the mosque little later and explain its history. From the center city we'll proceed towards the residential area that basically belonged to the ruling elites of those times. So friends, we are in the center of the city where there is a mosque and a school, but from here we'll go towards the palace area where we'll show you the palaces of the ruling elites of those times. And this is the palace. According to some historians, this belonged to Raja Dahar, who was ruling Sindh at that time. Briefly, this was the official residence of the people who ruled Sindh at that time, but now it is giving a very deserted look. And from here friends, we will proceed towards the main gate, which is now known as the gateway of Islam in the region. It is said that at the time of attack of Urs on Sindh, the Indus Delta was located here on the site where you can see the creek. It was much later that the mighty Indus changed its course. And the historians cite this very reason that the change in course of the Indus River brought about the destruction of the city. But guys, please remember that this is not the only reason behind destruction of the city. Historians and scholars cite many other reasons. Some say that foreign invaders came and attacked the city and destroyed each and everything. Some other people say that a severe earthquake hit the city and destroyed each and everything. And even some others say that destruction of city was brought about by the curse of Sassi, who after abduction of Punu at the hands of his brothers left the city, cursing it severely. Generally, the last reason of destruction of the city is given by the people belonging to the literary fields and literature, not the history. But I must mention here that characters of Sassi and Punu, by virtue of their love, sincerity and fidelity, are held in high esteem in literature. Leading literary figures and poets, including poet of poets Shah Abdul Latif Bhitai, has dealt with the character of Sassi in his poetry Shah Risalo in detail. He has praised Sassi, her beauty, her love with Punu, her sincerity, strength of character, and assigned special chapter to the name of Sassi as Sur Sassi. Anyways friends, we will now get out of the city. We will take the same route which Arabs had used to enter the city, the gateway of Islam, and we will show you the outside view of the city from the creek area where once Indus, the mighty Indus, formed this delta. At that place we are going to have a discussion with an old man who was very much familiar with the area, the history of the city. He was mainly familiar with the literary history. On my question regarding the story of Sassi and Punu, the old man said that Punu belonged to the Balochistan area and because of his love with Sassi, he came here and lived as a washerman. And both of them got married because family of Punu was not happy at his marriage with Sassi. Brothers of Punu made a strategy, came here, kidnapped Punu while he was asleep and took him to Balochistan area. As Sassi woke up from the sleep, she did not find Punu by her side, so she started search for Punu and left for Balochistan while cursing the city of Banbhore. Sassi ultimately reached Balochistan and met Punu, but both of them couldn't live long together and died. And this old man read poetry of Shah Abdul Latif Bhuttai regarding pain and suffering of Sassi. So guys, from here we will go towards the center of the city where we will show you the mosque and the school area, and from there we will go towards the museum where we will show you the artifacts which have been found from the city during excavation at different times by the different governments of the times. Meanwhile, you can enjoy the view of creek side and the outer view of the city. Friends, now we are in the main city center where I will show you the mosque and the school near it. This is the first ever mosque in the region of South Asia and was established by the Arabs after conquest of Sindh in the 8th century. And there is a school near this mosque which I believe would have been used for teaching new faith, Islam, to the local residents. You can now see the school where religious education was imparted to the local people. After having visited the mosque and the school, we had a brief stop over here where we discussed a few things regarding the visit of the site, and we tried to recap the things. And then we decided to go towards the museum to show you the artifacts and the articles which have been found during discovery of the city. Friends, we are at the museum, and what you see is the replica of the weapon which was used by Arabs at conquest of Sindh, and it was known as manjanik or catapult. Friends, as you enter museum, you find many things that are put on display. They belong to 3 different periods, like Sasanian period, then there is Hindu period, and lastly the Muslim period that basically started from the start of the 8th century. If you want to know more details about these products and articles, there are guides who will brief you about the history, origin and use of these items that are on the display. So friends, I'm sure you would enjoy the tour of this museum as well. I have tried to explain each and everything related to the history of this city and site, and it is time to go. But before leaving the site of Banbhore, I want to tell you that we are going to visit site of Makli next week, and we shall be releasing the video on our YouTube channel. So keep watching GVT, keep visiting GVT, and keep supporting us. Thank you everyone. Thank you for watching GVT. Take care. Bye bye.